and tell you that I discovered yet another skill that is absolutely perfect for stay-at-home wives, any kind of mom over 40 who is trying to grow their pet brand. Um, this skill came to me out of a sudden. I discovered how powerful it was only recently. I had no idea that it was so powerful. You know, from time to time, people tell you, oh, clarity is the key, clarity is the key. But then you kind of start wondering, like, what does that mean, clarity? And how can you introduce clarity in context of, you know, building your brand? Like, is it really the key? So I kind of started asking those philosophical questions, or should I say rhetorical questions. And yeah, guys, what I discovered is it is the key. So I wanted to let you know how to introduce that clarity. And trust me, it's going to be well worth it. I'm going to describe to you step-by-step process for how to introduce that clarity and make it easy for you to understand. And later on, show you how to apply it as well in practice. So it does, but only if you pay attention will it only make any sense. And while I'm doing this, guys, I figured I'd just take you with me in the city. I'm in Manhattan right now, and it's a beautiful sunny day. And while I'm walking towards the office, I figured I'd go ahead and explain all the details. So this way you sort of get that entertainment in a city, and then you get to understand what I did, what I discovered, and how powerful this is. And the reason why, guys, it's so powerful is because I started seeing results. Before, like for a year and a half, I wasn't seeing any results, but now I'm seeing really good results, guys. Like leads coming in using this strategy. And there's gazillions of strategies out there. I'm gonna describe like why I'm using this strategy and why it's so compatible for stay-at-home wives and, you know, stay-at-home moms. So this way you could quickly start adapting this strategy while building your own luxury pet brand. Okay, so without further ado, let me double down and explain what am I talking about. So guys, before I talk about the strategy, I wanted to tell you like, okay, what I'm doing. I'm building a luxury pet brand. Me and Bruno, we're building it. Bruno is doing this as a virtual assistant, as a brand manager already, and as a feudal hustler as well. And our company's name is called Freedom Fusion System. You've probably seen the logo. This is what it looks like, just like that eagle over there. And yeah, guys, so basically what we're doing, we're building a luxury pet brand, but we also have a talent agency. And for the longest time, I was trying to get the leads for the talent agency, but it just wasn't working. No matter what I was trying for like a year and a half, it wasn't working until I started doing this. This is a strategy which is easily replicable. You could replicate that into the pet brand and use the same type of strategy, guys. So squabble up. I'm gonna make it super easy for you. Okay, the first step, guys, is you wanna have a fire-looking sales page that has all sorts of YouTube embedded content for whatever it is that you're offering. That's absolutely critical, guys. And it needs to be like the videos themselves, needs to be solving problem and kind of describing what you're offering. And the videos themselves needs to have like elements of reasoning, the reasoning for why somebody else would want to actually even go with you on this journey. Like why would they buy your services or products or whatever. So, but obviously this strategy is more for what kind of elements you need to have on a sales page and what kind of funnel you need to have, and what kind of like how do you do this in a way that you offload this to your virtual assistants, guys. And thank you for joining. I figured I'd go ahead and tell you guys this strategy that I'm using. And I figured I'd just, as I mentioned, take you guys in the city and show you around. So the first thing what I do, guys, this is the reason, this is how this strategy came to me. And the crazy part about it, guys, it's so easy for any stay-at-home mom to execute. Heck, I'm a dude and I was able to execute.
Turn left onto East 43rd Street.
And I started seeing results. Like I started getting leads, guys, coming in. And I wanted to tell you one more time, like why this is such a powerful strategy. The reason why, guys, is like what I'm about to describe to you guys. works like a clock. But it took me about like a year and a half to figure it out. So obviously, guys, you know, you don't want to be spending a year and a half figuring out strategies. So what you want to do, you want to implement right away. So this is how it works. And I do have a full breakdown on Threads. In case if you guys haven't followed me on Threads, I do have a full breakdown on Threads. So the way it works is you set up a funnel. I'm already gonna assume you already have a sales page, but let's say you already set up a sales page, you have a funnel, but you need to basically set up 2 sales pages. One sales page that describes the service, and the other one that sends it to a workshop. Only 2. You only need 2, guys. Okay, two sales pages, and you're gonna jump from one sales page to another. So there's basically a flow. Once you understand the flow, guys, it's gonna be smooth sailing afterwards. But the flow is relatively simple. So if you guys wanted to do this, oh my God, it took me like literally, as I mentioned, a year and a half, guys, to figure this stupid thing out. Oh my God, like literally that's why I created this video, guys, to help stay-at-home wives and stay-at-home moms over 40 learn this strategy so you can
Turn left onto East 45th Street.
and yeah, guys, it's absolutely insane. So you know what, I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it clearly because it's so complex. The only way I could tell you is that follow me on Threads, guys, to understand this strategy. But I'm just gonna quickly describe to you like the mechanics of it, and I'm gonna do it really fast if it's okay with you guys, so this way you could understand it. And while I'm doing that, I figured I'd just take you guys in the city and show you guys around, so this way you get the learning and entertainment all in one. And yeah, guys, so this strategy is absolute fire. Once again, it took me about a year and a half to discover it. I discovered it actually today while I was on a train. So what this strategy does, it makes it possible for you to get leads in a systemized ways. So this way you don't spend a lot of time finding them. And well, how should I say it? This one, the one that I'm describing now, has nothing to do with finding leads. It has to do with the fact that you already found the leads and they ended up in your funnel. So like people often talk about clarity.
Turn left onto East 46th.
They tell you everything needs to be clear. You need to have clarity. But what does that mean? So I managed to crack the code for what it actually means for moms over 40. It's a really complex thing, guys. If you're mom over 40 and somebody's telling you need clarity, I know it's frustrating because it's really hard for you to understand, like, what does it mean to introduce clarity? But for the first time in a year and a half, I was able to pull it off and introduce clarity. And hello, Riza, Maruham. Thank you guys for joining, and I figured I'd just take you with me for a quick walk. I'm probably gonna go on a sauna a bit later. I gotta do a little bit of, I don't know, I gotta work a little bit before I go on a sauna. But yeah, guys, so anyway, I don't bore you with the strategy. All I'm gonna tell you is this strategy is absolute fire, but it does have to do with setting up 2 sales pages. One of them is a workshop sales page, and that workshop sales page just needs to have elements of scarcity. It needs to have like a extremely big letters, like a extremely big red letters showing exactly, the benefit. And this benefit has to be generic. It has to be generic, and it can't be just only micro niched. Although it can, if you set up all of your ads and meta ads, everything pointing to the micro niche. But no, the way I did it is I managed to create like a sales page that shows really kind of broad message, like save 150 hours per month using those automations. Something like this, right? So that was my offer in the beginning on a sales page. So right now it's a little bit difficult for you to understand, guys. Your brain is not able to connect the dots because it's seeing the city and I'm talking about a funnel. It doesn't make any sense. So, but if you follow through, and go to my Threads, you're quickly gonna understand this, apply it, and I guarantee, guys, you're gonna be able to finally move closer towards your goal of making sales and finally like have vacation and do all that. This is just one stepping stone, but it just took me like a year and a half to figure it out. But it's a huge thing. Like literally, I mean, people talk about it all the time, but they just don't make it clear for moms over 40. Because what I see,
Head northeast on Madison Avenue.
they end up getting cooked, like watching lots of TikToks, analyzing so many tools. When you don't need to analyze many tools, guys, you just need to have few tools, guys, few tools. And that's it, guys. You just need few tools. What I did is I showed you guys which tools those are. So you just focus on nothing but those tools. And those are not some random tools, guys. Those are the tools that thousands of successful businesses are using and constantly generating profits. So like sometimes you look on the internet and you kind of be like, okay, there's a new tool, and then you get cooked. You're constantly analyzing tools. You're not working on your business. So what I did is I figured, okay, what is the best way for me to help stay-at-home wives and moms over 40? What is the best way for me to get them to understand all this? So this way they build their own brand, luxury pet brand, make profits, and do so like in a way that they just know, in a way that they're not stressed out, and they're gonna know that it's just gonna work, providing that they follow those steps. The proven steps, guys, the proven steps that I managed to test myself and failing after like a year and a half of testing, recognizing that there's certain signals you need to send into people's brain, and the only way you're gonna achieve that is like with static images.
Turn left onto East 50th Street.
Use only dynamic content. People are not gonna be able to follow. But you still need dynamic in the beginning to to catch their attention span, to break through, and there's strategy for that I describe as well. But majority of the meat behind the business is where you gotta have a static good looking image, and what you gotta do, you gotta create 2 sales pages. And the best way I could describe it to you guys, and it can't be like a sales page where you're just offering something. No, it has to be free, like a free workshop, right? You create that and you hyper focus all of your resources on that free workshop, meaning you're gonna create 2 pages on your site, 2 pages in the system. And I'll tell you guys which system. Obviously it's the system that's used by many successful businesses, thousands of successful businesses. And I describe which system, I describe how to set this up. I show directly like on Threads every single step for how you could set it up. After I set it up, I just couldn't believe how easy it was. The problem is with many moms over 40 is that they see so many things, and because of so many things that they see, they don't see like the whole path in front of them. They only, like, imagine if you're driving from
Turn left onto East 52nd Street.
Florida, like I did. I actually did that this year. As crazy as it sounds, I went from Connecticut to Florida, and as I was driving, I'd be like, okay, just think about it. Just think logically. When you're building your brand, it's the same comparison as you driving on a road from Connecticut to Florida. That's a long road, many miles. So, like, are you gonna see the full road in front of you in one shot? No, right? So, if that's a no, then like, why are you expecting to consume everything, the entire road in your brain right away? Why not just do this like one step at a time, so this way you could see few little, as you're driving.
Turn left onto East 53rd Street.
You see, like, as you start driving, you first see a couple of gas stations, you drive a little further, you see more, right? That's how it works. That's how it works with this business, guys. And I know some of you will be like, well, no, I want the meat. But the meat is there. The meat is on Threads, on my Threads, where I literally show you guys this one little thing. Just one little thing I managed to translate the concept of clarity and carry that over for stay-at-home moms and explain to them why that is. Like versus listening to all the gurus out there who are just constantly showing you gazillions of automations, gazillions of AI things, gazillions of clips, and your brain can't comprehend. It cannot take all this information and just literally kind of like trying to consume every single object that you see when you're driving between Connecticut and Florida. You can't put that in your brain. You can only do it gradually, but you need to trust the process. You need to understand that this process worked before. And of course, in the beginning, you're not gonna have this trust factor. And that's why you're not kind of doing those steps. And I was like that too. I was like, man, why should I be, I don't know, doing boring tasks? Why should I be doing that? Let me go ahead and, I don't know, scroll through some TikTok, create some fire-looking videos, and then game's over. You get cooked. Your brain it's already too late. It got cooked. You already spent too much time on TikTok, became a TikTok zombie. Heck, even worse, thread zombie. So, like, guys, why? Join my workshop. The same workshop that I showed literally how to design this funnel, how to like lead people to your workshop. And inside of those workshops is where you're gonna convert them. This is where you're gonna convert them. So now I know some of you will say, well, why should I join your workshop? Aren't you gonna convert me? And the answer is yes, I will try to convert you. Well, not me, by my virtual assistant. Convert you into a freedom founder versus a process prisoner. So the question is, are you guys ready? Would you rather be a feudal lord, the brand owner? Or would you rather be, I don't know, one trick pony, waving hands in front of camera, getting other people rich, other brands rich, versus you getting rich? Don't you want more for your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, your loved ones, you? I assume that's a yes, guys. This is the reason why
Turn left onto East 56th.
I wanted to invite you into my workshop. And keep under mind, as we're building our luxury pet brand, we're actually showing it to you. Like how we're building it, how we're building everything from AI content-driven automations, how we source factories in China, how we identify viral winning product, how do we differentiate this product so this way, you know, we don't end up getting cooked. And when we start selling them, we end up not selling anything. So how do you make sure that the profit margins are increased when those products are being cooked? Who is going to be helping us increase those profit margins?
Head southwest on Madison Avenue toward
Factors.
East 56th.
What are the differentiation factors that can help us truly be different from competitors? And I know it sounds boring questions, right? It sounds like, oh my God, like why? This is just so boring. I get it, guys. I get it. But look, what would you rather do? Never start and be stuck? Well, guys, being broke is hard. Building your own business is better. I mean,
Head northwest on East 56th
that.
Street toward 5th Avenue.
Building your business, your brand is hard. But being broke is harder. What would you rather be? Now, first, I mean, people would say, look, I don't know, Rome. I want to build a luxury pet brand. I just don't know. Like, I don't know what kind of product to pick. I was looking outside.
Turn left onto 5th Avenue.
I was looking at the ceiling while sitting on a couch trying to figure out what kind of product I could sell that where I'm not going to lose my shirt. So this way I could order a bunch of products from China and if that's you and you're just looking at the ceiling, laying down on a couch, then this is a sign, guys. This is a sign that something is missing. Something is missing in your mind. And what is missing? The unknown, guys. How do we solve the problem of unknown? You get to know it, guys. And what, like, imagine, what if I gave you the formula for how to literally, and oh my God. Okay, so what if I gave you the formula that is gonna make you comfortable, extremely comfortable, to jump into this unknown and still with minimum amount of money, make it known and build your own luxury pet brand. Like, what if I gave you that formula, but gradually, not like where you get to see the entire road from Connecticut to Florida, but gradually, one step at a time. Now, why would I do that? The reason why, guys, is because my brand is growing. I finally reached the phase of where I'm like cracking these codes and seeing like all those bougie boss moms coming in and signing up. And now I'm like, oh my God, I need an army. I need a feudal army. And yeah, if you want to be part of that feudal army, helping stay-at-home moms and moms over 40 discover freedom by first helping them integrate those automations or helping them figure out a way for how to find a viral product, how to research it, how to differentiate it by working together with suppliers and sourcing agents and inventors. If that's what you want to do, let me know. I have a spot. Now I'm doing this as a side hustle. Can you imagine this? I'm doing this as a side hustle. Guys, can you imagine that? Meaning right now I'm actually heading out to my full-time job as a cybersecurity and cloud engineer. That's what I do. I'm a former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut with double math degree and bachelor's and master's, whatever. But all of that is, believe it or not, relevant. I wanted to say irrelevant at first when I was saying that, but I will say relevant. Why? Because it's simple. Math translates into your decision making throughout your life. And if you are good in math, you could structure systems in a way that help other people make money. Back in the days, guys, when feudal lords would be spawning money, and back in the feudalism times, they would be riding around on their horses, and they would be like giving people land. So, and when they be giving people land, what was happening, guys? When back in the days, the feudal lords would be riding around horses and giving people land for the tokens of opportunities. So they would be providing them the feudal share, the tokens of opportunities. Back in the days, right? So back in the days, you couldn't really be like a bougie boss mom, stay-at-home mom, or like back in the days, you'd have to be like really working extra hard. But the feudal lords back in the days would be giving out their peasants, their workers, some opportunities, some tokens of opportunities. Okay, I gotta be careful over here. That seems too dangerous for me to cross. I knew it. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to cross the street. Guys, anyway, I'm gonna quiet down. All I'm gonna say is, look, I whipped out on Threads a little something for you, something really special for stay-at-home moms and moms over 40 who want to build a business but just struggling with clarity, struggling with everything. I figured, what would be the best way that I could actually give you a way where you don't struggle? So I came up with a couple of ways. One of the ways is try before you commit, where we literally give you a luxury pet product and you simply run ads with it. You get to be really good in marketing. If that's the path you wanted to take and start out a little bit slow, yeah, we'll give you the product. We research that. We definitely don't want to lose our shirt. So that's why we are the ones doing research and ratings of the product and its bundle and its offer and everything else related to that product. But you run ads. And if you see that you are making money, and of course we pay for the ads, we give the budget. And if you see that we are making money, then you're gonna ask yourself, well, holy smokes, I wanna do that too. And we're gonna say, I bet, let's do it. Let's graduate you towards the next step of being more than just a side hustler, but being a feudal hustler, a coach. First, a coach that helps other moms over 40 learn the hybrid skills that are not taught in college. Learn AI content-driven automations. Learn TikTok sniping skills. Learn ops skills. Learn threads stacking skills. Learn introduction of clarity. And many other skills that I haven't described. And by doing so, sure, you make some money. You get the feudal share. Just like back in the days when feudal lords would be giving their workers that are harvesting land to grow a feudal share. The same way you'll be giving that feudal share. And now you have a path, a Freedom Fusion path in front of you, just like that road from Connecticut to Florida. Have you guys seen some of my videos in Florida? The palm trees, beautiful cats, beautiful animals. Everything's absolutely beautiful. Have you guys seen it? Guys, check it out. Go into my YouTube channel, check it out. I want you to check it out, guys. Why? Because at the end of the day, if I don't show you this life, nobody will. At the end of the day, if you are not gonna get motivated to do this, you're just kind of gonna be sitting in front of your computer, in front of your phone, and not really becoming that bougie boss mom over 40, the freedom founder, the next wave of creators who you deserve to be, and only become just a...
Head northwest on West 57th Street towards 7th Avenue.
So, do you guys want to be a process prisoner, or do you want to be a freedom founder? Do you want to be the feudal lord, or do you want to be a one-trick pony? Ask yourself this question. Who do you want to be? Or do you want to be a poodle? I don't know. Maybe you want to be like a poodle over here. I think we're going to see some horses too, guys, soon. Look, this is, it's a rhetorical question. I always ask moms over 40 who join my community, I ask them, look, if you want to help, if you want to join this, how are you planning on helping other moms? That's the first question I ask. If the answer is crickets, I move on to the next mom. That's how it works, guys. That's how it works. And smart moms are smart because they know who to pick to help them grow. And typically smart moms, if they're not smart enough, they know that they're not smart enough. And because of that, they pick the ones that are smart. Guys, this is the reason why you want to join our workshop. I'm not claiming that I am smart. I'm only claiming that I only have like double master's degree. Well, I mean, double math degree, master's and bachelor's in pure mathematics. And I only do this as a side hustle, running my own talent agency at international scale at this point, and building a luxury pet brand. So moms over 40 can see how I'm doing this together with my feudal hustlers, my feudal army on base. If I'm able to do this on a part-time basis, can you imagine what you can do if you are like on a stay-at-home full-time basis, what you could do? Can you guys imagine? Right now I'm actually gonna go to work. I need to do some change controls. I need to do some crazy stuff. I'm a cybersecurity cloud engineer, guys. I'm doing this as a full-time job. I love it. But sometimes you gotta have more than just a full-time job, guys. Sometimes you gotta protect yourself for the future. You gotta build something, your own little feudal kingdom. Because, hard times come and you wanna be ready, you wanna be prepared. You always wanna be prepared. You never wanna get into the position of comfort. Otherwise, it's easy to get cooked. And I see so many moms over 40 getting cooked, getting exhausted from informational overload, getting exhausted from one-trick ponies explaining to them like, oh, do this, do five posts per month or whatever, 5 posts per day on Insta, do this, do that. Guys, isn't that annoying? What kind of advice is that? That's not even advice. That's like, you might as well just throw that in a window. So, like, guys, look, if you want to see the full road from Connecticut to Florida, if you want to see the full road of me driving from Connecticut to Florida, but in a sense, in a comparative sense, in an analytical and contrast and comparison way, in terms of me showing you how I'm building my talent agency, luxury pet talent agency, and actual brand that sells luxury pet products, then trust me, you want to follow me. And not only follow, you want to go on my threads today, literally today, and see the strategy that I described for you today on my threads while I was literally on a train, taking a train. So this strategy took me about 1.5 years to discover. It's absolutely incredible strategy for stay-at-home moms and moms over 40 who are absolutely tired. If you're tired, this is the strategy you want to take.
Turn left onto 8th Avenue.
Guys, I'm gonna head out, guys. I gotta get to work. But look, I promise you guys, if you join my workshop, to join my workshop, all you gotta do is DM workshop on my Insta. Okay, guys? If you wanted to join, if you wanna see that path to freedom, DM the word workshop on my Insta. My link is in a bio. And by doing so, that you're gonna be taking the first step of becoming a freedom founder versus a process prisoner. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.